New tech for safer indoor environments. That's our Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Aura, A-U-R-A Technologies, is co-CEO Anna Bennett. Anna?
Hello, thank you so much for having me. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And let's start out with some background about Aura Technologies. You focused on a number of areas from defense to healthcare.
We do. We are actually strategically diversified. We have a primary focus in the defense sector. We are focused on artificial intelligence, advanced manufacturing, and we also have a commercial sector. So the commercial sector actually was born due to COVID. So, we have a lot of smart people that are at Aura Technologies, and we decided, we want to try to help the world. And so that's where we have a couple of products actually specifically focused on the COVID and clean air and medicine, actually. That is why we have the commercial sector.
And from that expertise, a new product that you're announcing called the Aura Ion Bar. Give us the overview of what this is.
Yeah, so Aura Ion Bar actually represents a new category in indoor air quality. And I'll just ask you real quick, I assume you've heard the term indoor air quality.
Of course.
Of course. Have you heard of that term before COVID?
Not very much.
Right. So, most people say that. There's a reason for that. Unfortunately, we all experienced what happened during COVID. We realized very quickly how important it was, what our indoor air quality, how important that is. So our current systems for indoor air quality have a flaw, an intrinsic flaw. The Aura Ion Bar was developed to close and address that flaw. So what is it? So you can think of it like a force field of air. It is infused with concentrated negative air ions. It is powerful, ozone-free technology. It blocks contaminants before they can enter a space, and it eliminates airborne and surface pathogens, as well as dust, pollen, and smoke. So if you can think of, there's many different use cases. And again, we're defining a new category here. So a lot of people want to go straight to air purification. It's not an air purifier, however, it does have the ability to purify the air. But the main purpose is putting it in a space where you want to block contaminants before they enter, or between two spaces where you may feel vulnerable to germs. And I can go into many more examples if you'd like.
Yeah, let's step through how this can work and what some of the use case scenarios might be.
Sure. So we've come up with a number of use cases, and really this product is meant to be ubiquitous. We want to see it everywhere. It is really designed, and the reason we made it is to make people feel more confident walking through their everyday spaces. So for example, sitting at a conference room table, if you have an ion bar over the table, it creates, again, imagine a force field of air. It's flowing down in a laminar flow with high concentrated NAIs. And it can, if somebody's sitting across the table, they have a cold, those particles, the viral particles, are not going to get through the flow that's going across the table. It's also going to decontaminate the surface of the table itself over time, and lab testing showed that. So another example would be a bathroom stall. That's one of my personal favorites. So going into public bathrooms, if you can imagine, there's a number of places you could place it in a bathroom. My husband loves the example of between urinals. So when you're kind of shoulder to shoulder, I don't have experience with this, but having sort of that force field of ion bar between the urinals. So it's an invisible wall, if you will, that can protect you from the person right next to you. You could put it over in the stall itself, which provides the surface decontamination, and also has the disinfecting qualities in the stall itself in a public bathroom. So a point of sale retail is a really good one. So you go into a Starbucks right now, they've got those plastic sheets up. A lot of people talk around those, you probably notice, which kind of defeats the purpose. So if you have an ion bar over there, the person, the cashier that you're talking to, who's been exposed to probably hundreds of people a day, you're not going to have the the risk there of germs.
So just curious, in a room, for instance, say a school room, if you had one of these at the entrance to a classroom,
Yes.
is it going to help prevent the spread from child to child of colds and whatever else might be going around?
That is a great question. So it is definitely applicable in schools. There's a number of things that you could do in schools. One example would be you have it at the doorway. And I should mention, this is a complementary technology to air purifiers. So the systems that schools or hospitals or offices have already for their indoor air quality, there's a lot of really great products out there. This would be complementary to that. So if you have a very high quality, good functioning air purifier, say on the floor or built into the HVAC, and you have an ion bar at the door, it's going to be much easier for that system to actually maintain clean air. So that's the whole indoor air quality. So every time that door is open, nothing is going to get in. So that purifier is going to be able to do its job a bit more easily. So, if a kid, however, is talking, right at each other, unless they have this between them, there's risk there. However, floating around in the classroom, it's certainly helping disinfect the air along with other tools that they may use in the classroom.
And you mentioned that you're doing this without producing harmful ozone. Well,
Yes.
I know you can't give away trade secrets, but how are you doing what you do?
That is a great question. And that's one that we actually was a main focus while we developed this product. It was critically important to our engineering staff and myself personally that we produced a safe product that did not produce ozone. So that is actually one of the innovations. So we have a very high concentration of NAIs. The engineering team worked for years on this problem, and they did solve it. And we are very, very proud of the fact that we are ozone free. There's no detectable ozone produced by the unit.
And this is a connected unit as well, right? This can connect via Bluetooth, I understand Wi-Fi, et cetera.
Correct. Yep. It's also an IoT device. Yes, that's correct.
So it can be controlled through an app on a phone or through a computer.
Yes, it has that capability.
Well, describe for us, how this will be installed, what the process is, we're showing pictures of what this looks like.
Sure. So it actually is installed. It's very simple. It's a French cleat installation, if you're familiar with that. It just a plug-in to mains unit. So the installation is very easy to set up. That's it.
It could be movable in an office or a house as well, or is it made to?
It could be, yes. You could move it if you had, the installation, the French cleat portion. If you wanted to put it in different areas of the house or in an office, you could do that.
Tell us about plans for availability and pricing.
Sure. So we are in discussions right now with strategic partners to help get Ion Bar to the next level. So our primary goal is to release Ion Bar to the world. As I said, we want this technology to be ubiquitous. So there's, so we can cover helping people that feel, vulnerable to germs, moving through their spaces more confidently and all of that. So the plan is to finalize pricing with our partners, make it available and affordable for everyone.
Terrific. And what about medical settings? This sounds like an ideal kind of thing for, say, a hospital room where somebody has a highly contagious illness, that this would be over the doorway as a real benefit to make sure things don't get out.
Yes, that is a great application. There's a number of use cases. Everyone that I talk to has one that they get excited about. Some is in the medical space, others classrooms, bathrooms, elevators is a big one. I should mention, a lot of people get very uncomfortable in elevators, or Ion Bar would be a perfect application for that as well.
Very interesting. Is there a place where people can go to for more information?
Yes, we have a website, auraionbar.com. You can find more information there.
And if we look or talk about a time frame, when do you expect people will be able to start making use of these?
We hope to have it available for the public next year.
Very exciting. Once again, it's auraionbar.com. We appreciate all of the innovations there. Anna Bennett, thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Fred. Have a good one.